Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give a least. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. To the men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
Well, welcome to Friday night. If you're out there listening, it's Monday night for everybody participating in the call, as always, or as always during pandemic, or until we can get back in the studios, which there is no sign on the horizon that that's even going to happen. So bear with us anyway. We're doing a Zoom call. We've got a bunch of callers on already. We've got our guests on already. We're happy to welcome back Jennifer Erschabek from TIFA. Hadn't been on with us in a while, even though we do have TIFA reps, but we like to have Jennifer on when we can.
Aw, thanks.
Well, you're welcome. And we have Pam Parkman, who is with Empowered Women of Purpose, Empowered Women of Purpose. EWOP is what I've been calling it, EWOP. So saying the whole name gets me a little tongue-tied. But at any rate, we've got her on. We're going to talk to her. Then we've got our Death Row Angels. And then we've got Daniel Minisini, our bilingual reporter, who's going to summarize things for us, as he always does so well. Now, let's get started here. Jennifer, how you doing?
I am doing amazing. Thank you for asking.
Well,
had a nice, quiet Thanksgiving like everybody else did.
Well, amen. Yeah, safe at home?
Yes, and the kids kind of drove by and picked up leftovers and left. So nobody stayed.
The new American Thanksgiving, huh?
Right. So we got to watch football by ourselves all afternoon, which was fine.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's kind of cool.
So.
All right. So there's a lot going on, and I wanted to ask you right off, well, one, there's an event coming Saturday. And now I don't have the information on that in front of me. I forgot to print that out. But at any rate, some of the folks involved with TIFA have an event coming Saturday.
Oh, the second annual fun run? Is that what you're talking about?
If that's
There's
Saturday.
supposed to be a rally, isn't there?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Regarding
No,
Second Look.
What we're doing is, because of COVID, everybody wanted to do a march. So we're kind of combining the fun run and a march and a rally.
Okay.
We tried to reserve the steps at the Capitol. They would only pencil us in because they don't know what it's going to be like. And we're talking about March, right? And so we decided that we would just reserve Woolridge Park at Austin, which is 2 blocks from the Capitol, and then march from the park to the Capitol, and then they could go to the parking garage, and that could be included in part of their fun run walk. So Sharon decided just to extend it out, you know, for 90 days, I believe is what she said today. And so you can do your walk, you know, in pieces and parts, just, you know, to be able to turn it in and get the certificate, you know, and everybody gets a t-shirt. It's $35 to sign up. The guys on the inside, if they want to participate, once again, they can just write us a letter, say they want to participate. Just tell us, you know, what they walk, and then we'll give them a certificate of participation. So.
Okay, great. Okay, I just wanted to be sure and cover that. And then, you know, as always, I know you're working on the upcoming bills for the session.
Yes. We are working very hard on independent oversight, earned time credit. I had a long discussion with Representative White about a week and a half ago, so I can go into a little bit about that. He is saying it's looking pretty good for a second look. He called it medium hanging fruit. So I'm just going to put that out there. We talked about the new Speaker of the House. He said that he thinks that Representative Phelan looks good for our group for criminal justice reform. So that's positive, just getting that out there, because there are so many barriers to jump, hoops to jump through and everything to get past. So, and I don't know how many people know about what happened at the last board meeting where they moved the they're going to move the ombudsman office to under the Board of Criminal Justice. Representative White, I told him that we were still going to push the bill through, and he expects that, because he would like to see TJJD and TDCJ put the ombudsman's offices together and kind of work together on that. So
maybe do a little real ombudsman work.
Right. Investigation, transparency, reports, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because now they don't do any of that.
No, not really.
They hand it off to different offices, TDCJ offices.
Yeah, you know, you call in with an issue and they call the unit, you know, talk to the warden asks, you know, his administration, and they just go to the person who the problem is, and you know how that turns out. So
yeah, or just look at the paperwork and tell you what the paperwork says, which is not always reflective of facts on the ground.
Right. And then we talked about earned time credit. The information on that is right now we don't have someone to author the bill, but Representative Allen said that she might be interested in that. So we're going to be approaching her, keeping our fingers crossed there. I talked to White about that also. He wanted to know if earned time credit passed, would people, he realizes that only increases their eligibility towards parole, but what are their odds of getting paroled? And what I have found for him that I'm going to send to him is that the parole board base parole approval on the risk assessment tool and matrix. And they also have an approval range. This is interesting. They have a approval range. And if you have a risk level score of, say, 4, which is what my son, he had an aggravated crime. He'd never get, you know, below a 4. But they have a goal to approve 30 to 40% of all risk level 4s that they review. Their current approval rate is 28% now. So that's my answer to Representative White, is if you want to know how many people will be paroled, if you add in the earned time credit, that increases the number of people, and you take 30% of that, and that releases more people. So that's going to be one of my arguments back to him. So I think we can, because he's looking at, with the budget crunch and everything, they're looking at downsizing the prisons. So that's that. There's also, he also talked about even trying to get the medical copay down even lower than it is now, maybe even down to 0. So that's another thing. He wanted to do that last time, but he had to compromise at what it is now. So he's looking at that also.
You know, I suspect that the accounting and all the office work that goes into getting those little small amounts of money probably costs more than the small amounts of money pay.
Right. And, you know, and my heart hurts for those who are currently indigent, and those bills go on their books, and then when they do get money, you know, they start collecting for it, and it, you know, it just hurts. And
they're still giving out stickers.
I know. What do you want? I got so much to talk about. It's kind of like, what do you want to talk about next?
A quick question on the oversight before we move on. Who's the sponsor this time around?
Jarvis Johnson again.
Okay.
They've been working on that long and hard. So, and he's very dedicated to that. So.
Well, good. Thank God for him. Yeah, because both that and the earned time credit are things that Texas needs to move ahead and come out of the dark ages on. And what about inmate pay? Has that run across your desk yet? Inmate pay for various jobs?
Yes, it did. And that kind of got hooked in with earned time credit, since you asked that question, because it was Carrie who was asking me about it this morning, because she wanted to know about the difference between good time and work time, and do they actually get credit? And I said only towards eligibility, but if you're 3G, you don't get anything. Right. So, you know, that was something she was looking at because of the pay with that. But I know it was Representative Niabe last session who wrote a bill for inmate pay. So I'm sure she'll probably bring that up again this session if she's assigned to the corrections committee. So.
Well, thank you. That's good to know. I hope that something happens along those lines. We'll have fewer indigent inmates, you know, and they'll be better able to pay these silly fees if we're going to stick with the fees and get care, you know. I mean,
right. Well,
medical care is a big issue, so.
All right, and medical care, and, you know, we have good old Edwards Law Firm working on, you know, medical care and that stuff. They're currently working on the Hep C lawsuit. And guys, I'm behind, and ladies, I'm behind in my letters, but I'm playing catch up this week. So hopefully, if you've written me a letter in the last couple of months, I'm going to send you something this week or next. And we're also working with Representative Wu's office with the dentures. So, yeah, so he's kind of pushing TDCJ along to get the guys to get dentures with the 3D printer that they had. One of the projects we have then is our Christmas card project, which we've almost sold out of our little Christmas cards that we had printed on paper. We're going to use that to buy denture cream for the indigent inmates because TDCJ does not provide that.
I understand that went great guns.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. We're so happy with that, and we're excited, and we're going to, thank you for everybody who sent in the great artwork, and we were just so pleased with how that turned out. I hope everybody likes it. It just makes it easier for somebody to send something in a little bit more festive, and not having a printer or the ability to do that. We got it all done for them. And so we're going to turn it around and use that money. We'll pay expenses and then use the money to buy denture cream, and anything left over will be used to do hygiene products of some sort. So it'll all be going back inside.
Before we run out of time, I want to talk to you about the workshops. What's going on with the workshops now?
Let's see. I think Sharon just gave a parole packet workshop. I had a request to do one on mental health, especially for husband and wives who are separated by COVID. So we're looking at that for December, but we don't have that scheduled yet. We're looking for a mental health expert to do that. So our newsletter just went out, so it should be hitting the prison system soon. It's packed with information on the legislature. I did a lot of write-ups on the Texas Tribune Festival, where they discuss criminal justice issues, and I think you'll find those very interesting. They did a lot of Q&A with people who sit on those criminal justice jurisprudence and in those committees. Coleman and Whitmire did an interesting discussion. They talked about everything from the George Floyd Act that Representative Symphonia Thompson authored, and that has some interesting facts I'm interested in, and that is like qualified immunity and duty to intervene, especially for the prisons, but we don't know, how that will go. See, there's just so much to talk about. I could talk for the whole 30 minutes. So that's something that's in there. It talks about what they think the session will look like, but the most important things will be, of course, the budget, and then redistricting, and then of course the governor has his own pet bills he's pushing through, like the defunding debacle with police departments and things like that. The last thing real quick I wanted to talk about is RPD has a new programming initiative. I don't know if you heard about it. It was on our last call, and it's about in-prison substance abuse treatment plan. It's a non-voted program for those with histories of substance abuse and cognitive issues, and it'll be offered on a voluntary basis for G1 and G2 inmates. So that's something to look forward to. And also in the newsletter, there's some information about new offerings from Wyndham, and you were talking about tablets earlier. They plan to get tablets for the youthful offender program, and then that's getting it into, we're starting it. You're starting to see them, the tablets, and then also more computer equipment and access. So TIFA, our address is P.O. Box 300220, Austin, Texas 78703. And that's P.O. Box 300220. And guys, I really appreciate your mail. And I was sitting there opening up 50 letters I got on Saturday. And I said, it sure is nice to get a card. And sure enough, I opened a card. My next was a card that I got, and I can't tell you how happy that made me. I wish I had it off so I could give you the name of the person who wrote. Here it is. It was from William Austin. So I want to give a big old shout out to William Austin, because I appreciate getting a nice card now and then in the mail, a hand-drawn card. So thank you, William, and God bless all of y'all, and have a great month, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, Jennifer. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Now, let's move ahead. We have Pam Parkman from Empowered Women of Purpose, which is a program in women's facilities in Texas, and that more or less mirrors PEP, but they have their own spin on it because it's dealing with women and not just the average male inmate. Pam, how are you doing?
I'm great, Hank. Thanks so much. I'm happy to be here and talk to you about EWAP.
Well, thank you, EWAP. It's so much easier for my brain.
Yeah.
But it's an important program. And, we've seen, and we've had actually on the show some success stories out of PEP, and, and folks on to talk about that. Tell us a little about Empowered Women of Purpose.
Sure. So many of you know Bert Smith, who was the CEO of PEP for a long time. And I think when they were out and about talking to people about their programs, the question kept coming up, what about women? What are you doing for women? Because within the system, if you talk about certifications for careers, the men have 21 certification opportunities and the women have 2 opportunities. And so there's just a real need. Since the last 20 years, a study that TCJC did over a time period, for the last 20 years, female incarceration has increased 908% compared to about 396% for men. And so there's a huge need for it. But EWOP was formed basically as a spinoff of PEP. We are our own 501c3 charity. But what we wanted to do is something very gender specific to women, because we understand that the needs of women that are incarcerated are different than men, and what they do when they come out of prison is very different than what the guys do, because most of the women have kids that they're going to go back to that location and try to be with their family and reunite. So we teach women leadership and character building and entrepreneurship just like PEP, but we put a female spin on it. So we do a lot of things like Brene Brown work, and we talk about trust and vulnerability. And as everybody on this call knows, in the prison system, that's a stretch because it's all about protecting yourself. And we talk about letting those walls down and really women supporting women. We have EWOP dormitories, and we get requests from across the state from units asking us to please bring our program to other units. Right now we're in Lockhart as our pilot program. We have about 125 applications every time we start a new class. We've just started, we opened our doors March 2nd, and you know what happened after that. But we were able to get in for a little while, and the response was tremendous in the short period that we were there from the women who are in the class, because they have so many great ideas. I can't even tell you how many wonderful business ideas these ladies have.
All right, so now I read something that said your first class was 2018, or that was the foundation.
So what happened is PEP, they actually did a pilot of women. They had about 38 graduates of that first class, but they realized that all those guys that work over at PEP, many of them have been incarcerated themselves, and they said, we need women to run the women's program. So they said, you guys spin off. Bert is one of our board members, and that's how EWOP was formed.
Okay. All right. So now how many classes have you had? How long is the class? Let me start there.
Yeah, absolutely. So our classes run a year, 9 to 12 months, depending on, what goes on, how many lockdowns we have, all those kind of things. Yeah. We started the organization in 2019. Our first class started in March, and we've been doing mail correspondence. We are one of the groups that's being looked at for tablets for content. And so typically in a normal world, our first semester is 3 months of leadership and character building. And then our second semester is 6 months plus of entrepreneurship, where we work with mentors and coaches. And EWOP has formed a partnership with the Wolf Center for Entrepreneurship at the University of Houston. Mm-hmm. And so their professors will be helping us teach curriculum. It'll be like a mini MBA class for women. And when they graduate in that year's time frame, they'll have a certificate of entrepreneurship. We do Shark Tank style competition because they write business plans. Mm-hmm. And we'll have mentors through that. We hope the tablets help us do that. If the prison can't, if we can't get back in and bring people in to help, we hope that the tablets will be a resource for that.
Okay, so you've had really just this 1 year to deal with women through EWOP, but the previous 2018 class with 38 graduates was done through PEP. So yes. Do we know how many of those women are out and doing their thing, out and doing their project?
That's a great question. So there's so many of them that we hired our first reentry services coordinator back in September, Lori Mellinger. Lori spent some time in Lockhart. And so she has expert advice for the women. She's very successful now. We hired her from a transitional house that she was running in Abilene. And I think right now she's dealing with at least 36 women on a regular basis that are both from the 2018 class that PEP did, and all of the people that are being released. As you know, they're being released very quickly right now. And so we have ladies coming out. I was at the Lockhart this morning and actually was there for one of our women. We're always there for them. We take them a wonderful set of clothes, a backpack full of clothes and mask and hand sanitizer, and make sure that they have what they need when they're leaving there.
Do you, I don't have the numbers off the top of my head. Do you know how many women a year are paroled out of TDCJ?
We do not have the accurate numbers. It's going so fast right now. We don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we don't know. That's one of the things that we're looking at, because across the state, because you know how it used to always come through one location. Now it's all of them releasing from their units.
yeah, and that's understandable given the need to get people out of TDCJ while pandemic's going on, and
Yes.
give them a fighting chance at, proper medical care, timely medical care, real medical care, et cetera, because we know that is so lacking system-wide. Not that it's completely unavailable, but it's often unavailable, and that's a problem. So
We're
I'm glad
seeing that.
I'm glad they're, thinking enough to let women out. I don't know that it's that fast for men right now. I hope that it is, but I haven't heard that yet. And, the numbers are slow to come, so we'll see. Probably
Yeah.
this time next year we'll have the numbers, Okay, that you've touched on so many things here. So for those listening, when the women go through the program, they get some leadership and they get some character building, which, that's critical to any aspect of life. But then they work on a business plan. And so I don't know if everybody understands the fact that at the end of the program, when these women graduate and get their certificate, they have a business plan for an actual business. They could come outside TDCJ and start themselves.
Absolutely, and they do. About 6 weeks ago, I picked up a lady in Lockhart and took her back home to the Houston area. And within 2 weeks, she started her business. She had a plan. She's opened an alterations business, which is good income for her. And
Good.
She has a job on the side, which we call her gap position, until she can get enough that she can have a big business and hire people to help do alterations. So yes, they do come out, they have that plan. And women are creative, men are too, but they have ideas like, anything from dog grooming to house cleaning to whatever it might be, until they can really build a business. But some of them have $1 million business plans. And when you're coached by entrepreneurs that own companies, you come away with a really good plan.
Yeah, those folks, they mentor you, guide you, and help you hone your plan. Yeah. That's the same experience we've had with some of the guys in PEP. So I'm glad it's, successful on that same level, and really kind of using the same means, even though you gear it more directly towards women. So that's a plus. I thank you for coming on, because we, the largest population in TDCJ is men by a good bit, but that's also where most of our effort goes into on the show. And David, thankfully, looks for spots like yours to put in the show so we can include women, because it's like you're saying, there's 21 programs, certificate programs for men and 2 for women. That's lopsided, and it's patently unfair. And TDCJ has,
programs.
Pardon me?
We need more women programs.
Yes, we do. Yeah, in TDCJ. And the fact that they think it's okay to have 21 and 2 is a real problem with the system. It's systemic thinking that is not inclusive.
But in the last year, I bet she's only our 3rd guest for the females.
Yeah.
So,
well, and it's because
we
there are so.
look and we try and get them out, but.
Yeah, it's because there are so few programs for women. If we had a different PEP, or a different program like EWAP, starting up every year, we would obviously include those. So I'm glad you're on here speaking up and doing for women. It's a great thing.
Thank you. Thank you. We're excited too about the fact that when we invite people to be in our program, because it's very competitive, we talk to them about, okay, when you get out of prison and you start your business or you go to work for another company, in 18 months, you can come back in as one of our volunteers and you can teach and you can help us to mentor other women who've been in the same place that you were in. They're there now. So come and help do that. And that excites women as much as anything about coming back and helping their bunkies or somebody in their dorm and really being a part of mentoring others. And so for us, that's important. The other thing that we do too, and I'll say it real quickly, is, you know, when they come out, we have partnerships. We have partnerships for dental. We have partnerships for eye care. We just got eyeglasses for a lady a couple of days ago. We help them to find that medical care that maybe they didn't have when they were in prison for one reason or another. And then we also do family reunification. We invite them to the graduation, and our goal is to help them, even if it's not forever, to at least build that relationship back with their family members and their kids.
Well, that's an important piece too, you know, and maybe that's a side we don't touch on for men as much, being that we're dealing primarily with men's issues, that sort of thing. But it's critically important for any inmate, male or female, to try and rebuild those family ties, you know, where it's possible. It's, you know, it's obviously it's not always possible. You know, there may be a court order or something else involved that prevents it. But generally speaking, that's a great idea.
Thank you. We're happy that we're doing this, and we see the need, and we're just blessed to be able to be a part of really transforming lives of women.
All right. So how many women have you had through yet, or in the current program?
Yeah. So we started. We had 125 applicants. We ended up with 58 who qualified. There's very strict guidelines. You have to have your GED, your high school diploma, and have some sort of different guidelines about reading, studying. There's homework every day. There are 8 books that they have to read and study and be in class. And so we had 58. And then because of COVID, it's actually changed quite a bit. And what we're doing now is we're accepting applications. We're getting them from all across the state. Sometimes we ask for transfers to that unit because that's where we are currently. And from there, right now we have 75 that are in the program as of today. Wow. And we're looking for that to grow every year.
Oh, you know, I forgot to mention it. When you mentioned after 18 months, they can come back and participate as trainers, I guess you would, I don't know, what do you call them?
So they can come back in with TDCJ approval. They go through the volunteer training. They become a certified volunteer with the state. Okay. And with their approval, they can come back in and they can serve as mentors. They can serve as coaches. They can also be a part of the mock interview process and the Shark Tank competition.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Shark Tank is a good idea too.
Shark Tank style, so we don't get in trouble.
Right. So, yeah, but that's a great idea because it helps before they ever get out to the street and have to talk to a real live business person. They're talking to a business person in there trying to get it together and hone their skills. That's great.
That's right. And that resume is important too, because you learned a lot in prison. You worked in culinary, you worked, you know, in the barber shop, in the print shop. Put that on your resume and really talk about the skills that you have.
You're going to have to cover that time somehow anyway on your resume. So you might as well use your prison job. I've done it a million times, not a million, but well over 1,000 times, let me say, working with inmates in the past. And it's a great thing. How can people get a hold of you by mail?
Absolutely. So it's Pam Parkman, EWOP, EWOP, Empowered Women of Purpose, P.O. Box 968, Lockhart, Texas, 78644.
7864. One more time, please, slowly. So
that's all right. Post Office Box 968, Lockhart, Texas, 78644. They can also look us up on ewoptx.org if they have internet access.
Right. So, and families out there listening, you know, get this down. If you've got a female inmate in TDCJ that's a loved one of yours or a friend, get this information, share it with them so they too can ask and become part of this program. Lord willing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I want to thank you so much for coming on. I'm always really encouraged when I hear, good services for inmates, whether it's inside or when they get out, and you kind of cover both.
Great. Well, thanks to everyone for what you guys do and what you offer to the families and to the people incarcerated. Thank you so much.
Well, hang
Thank you,
around and
Ms.
listen
Miller.
to the shout outs on the second half. It's
Okay.
amazing.
Awesome. I will.
All right. Well, we're ready for Danny and Miss Linda. I think I see Miss Linda. Yeah. And I saw Danny on here before.
I'm here.
Let me change. Oh, there you are. Let me change my view so I can see who's here. There we go. Okay. Again, thank you, Pam. And we'll have you on again, I'm sure.
Thank you, Hank.
Okay. And now, Danny and Miss Linda, welcome to our Death Row Angels. I say it all the time. I wish we could put y'all out of a job. We'd just find something else for you to do, though.
Well, yeah. I know you would, Hank. I know.
You know.
Look, he's shaking his head. You see, you can't see me.
No. I know you can see me. I got my camera on.
No,
But,
you can't see me. You can't see what I'm doing.
Oh, the finger?
Now, would I do that?
Huh. That's not one of the $64 million questions, I got to tell you.
No, it isn't.
Pretty
No,
much
it isn't.
everybody could guess that one.
So, wanted to wish everyone a good evening. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, and really hoping TDCJ fed everyone some good food on Thanksgiving for a change. I heard it was pretty good. I don't know, but I heard it was. Wanted to remind everyone that we're recording this on November 30th, and as usual, things are coming out during the week, so we'll get that to you. Earlier this evening, TDCJ reported Parkman does not have any active cases, but it does have 7 employee active cases. System-wide, there have been 63 confirmed deaths, 104 presumed COVID deaths, with 51 pending. And that's as of today. I have to report this week another new execution date. Tarrant County decided to give Quentin Jones an execution date. So right now there are 6 scheduled executions. The next one is Blaine Milam on January 21st. Please send the governor's number to your friends and family if you're so inclined. It's 512-463-2000. Blaine was convicted out of Russ County, and some people have been calling the DA. We encourage anyone who would like to call the governor and the DA of Russ County. Like we do every execution, regardless of the circumstances, the prison show will be out covering Blaine's protest and all the protests. If you're in the Houston area, Huntsville area, any area around there, please join us at the Huntsville unit. Remember, no voice is too small. I cannot stress this enough. If you want to see the end to the death penalty, get up and do something about it. I will continue to quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. As of today, the execution schedule is Blaine Milam, January 21st, Edward Busby, February 10th, Romero Ibarra, March 4th, Romero Gonzalez, April 20th, Quentin Jones, May 19th, and John Hummel, June 30th. In other news, Ruben Gutierrez, you were scheduled for conference at the Supreme Court on September the 9th, October 9th, October 16th, October 30th, November 6th, November 13th, November 16th, and until recently you were scheduled for December 4th, but you have been rescheduled again. Do not know the date yet, but I'm sure you'll be notified. In addition, you submitted a supplemental brief today, November 30th. Ronaldo Denise, your petition is distributed for conference at the Supreme Court for December the 4th. James Calvert, on November the 16th, your petition was docketed at the Supreme Court. John Thiessen, Sorry, John, this was left off last time. October 29th, you filed a motion to file ex parte an application for reasonably necessary services at the district court. Then on November 19th, the state filed opposition to your motion to file ex parte request for investigative funding. William Hudson, on November the 18th, the CCA stated oral arguments will not be permitted. Your case will be docketed for the CCA on December the 2nd. Terrence Andrus, on November the 18th, the CC stated oral arguments will not be permitted. Your case was docketed at the CCA for December the 2nd. Mark Gonzalez, on November the 4th, the CCA affirmed the judgment of the trial court. Then on November the 18th, you submitted a motion for a rehearing to the CCA. William Spear, on November the 18th, you filed your reply brief at the Fifth Circuit. Courtney Robinson, on November the 18th, the district court reopened your case and it is returned to the active docket. Then on November 20th, the state responded in opposition to your motion to set a briefing schedule with brief in support. On November 24th, your proposed motion for a briefing schedule was granted by Judge Schroeder at the district court. Alan Bridgers, on November the 18th, Judge Schroeder denied your opposed motion for an expedited ruling at the district court. Then Judge Schroeder denied the state's motion to reconsider abatement order. Robert Will, on November 19th, you filed a petition for rehearing en banc at the Fifth Circuit. Dexter Johnson, on November 20th, Judge Bennett denied your motion for reconsideration and granted in part your motion for discovery at the district court. Brandon Daniel, on November 23rd, you replied to the state's opposition to your motion for discovery, and you replied to the state's surreply. Then on November 30th, your motion for stay in abeyance was granted by Judge Yeagle. Juan Reynoso, today, November 30th, your case was docketed at the Fifth Circuit. Abel Cruz Garcia, today, November 30th, you filed an opposed motion for stay in abeyance of federal habeas proceedings. And on a personal note, I wanted to remind everyone that I will be going back in the hospital to have surgery, so I will be away, not sure how long. Linda will be here though. I'm trying to get caught up from last time, but remember, I work full-time too. Big hello to Curtis at Estelle, Leroy at Pack, Farron, Philo, Perry, BD, Paul, Rick, and everyone at the Polonsky unit. Rex and Bruce at Ellis, and a big, huge hello to Pete over at Ramsey. Linda?
Yes, I'm here.
Over to you.
Okay. I've got
New haircut. New haircut.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of.
Well, thank you. It looks nice.
Well, thank you. Okay, I've got birthdays for December. Annabelle Canales Jr., December 1. James Calvert, December 3rd. Charles Mahmoud Jr., December 6th. Kwame Rockwell and Talon Carter, December 7th. Garland Harper, December 11th. Blaine Milam, December 12th. Courtney Robinson, December 15th. Jorge Villanueva, December 18th. Daryl Wheatfall, December 20th. Ray Freeney, December 21st. Gustavo Sandoval and Rodney Reed, December 22nd. Jose Rivera, December 23rd. Damon Matthews, December 24th. Ali Isran and Brian Suniga, December 27th. Tedrick Matisse, December 30th. Guys, I hope y'all all have a happy birthday. I hope y'all get fed well. And I've got a poem by John Hummel. As I sit in the cement box, I get lost among my thoughts. I think about the times I've had, all the good and even the bad. I'm not sad, I'll not cry. I'll be with Jesus when I die. I'll meet you there at heaven's door, together forever with others we adore. That's a sweet poem, John. And I hope that you get another stay. I'm just hoping. I have been in touch with your attorney, and he's working hard. That's all I can say. He is really, really working hard for you. So keep your head up, and all you guys on Death Watch, keep your head up, because I think that good things are coming. I really do. Okay.
Well, yeah, amen. Folks, I always joke with these ladies about it, but they really, really need to be put out of a job. We really need to end the death penalty in Texas. It serves no good purpose other than revenge, which is not a good purpose. The Bible even teaches against it. So,
Exactly.
as a matter of fact, the Bible, God gave 6 cities in which people that committed a murder could run to, and if they could live there 7 years without recommitting, they were allowed to go free.
Yes.
You are correct, Hank.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I've looked at this thing every way but sideways, and sideways some too. So that we need to do away with it. And my suggestion is that everybody that's interested in this issue and has an opinion on this issue, express it to the governor of the state of Texas, if you're so inclined.
Yeah.
But
Now,
be
Hank,
inclined.
Hank, did you hear that the feds are?
Yeah, trying to expand the methods of execution.
Yes.
Yeah, to include firing squad. Jesus, is this country going backwards or what?
Firing squad, gas chamber,
Yeah.
you name it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how else we can screw up in this country, but every chance we get, we do it. Bless our hearts, not forgiving, forgetting Christians by any stretch. Not a peace-loving nation, none of that. It's what we're raised to believe, but it's not what we really do as a nation. It's a sad situation. All
Yes,
right,
it is.
so thank you, ladies, as always. And once again, let's just see if we can put you out of work, so I can find
Yes,
you something else
please
to
do.
do.
Yes.
I got
So,
more
Hank,
mail needs answering.
Let me ask you a question, Hank. When does the quiet pledge drive start?
I think it begins December 2nd, and it's a good thing you asked that, because I should have mentioned that early on in the show. Folks, you know how our fund drives have been going, and rather than beat you up all month, every month, every show, every week, several times every show, last several weeks, we've just been mentioning it, that we need donations, and that's a fact. The need never goes away. It's a monthly need. It's a constant need. And for, I don't know, getting on 8 years now, we have not been meeting that need very well, and it's getting worse. So we're starting December 2nd, a quiet drive is what we're calling it, where we'll just bring it up like once a show and ask you to go to kpft.org, click the donate now button and make a pledge, or to call 713-526-5738 and make a pledge in any amount. Whichever way you do it, be sure and say the prison show. Be sure and let them know it's for the prison show. That's one of the ways it's one of the metrics the station uses to judge programs by. And it's not that we don't want every program to be on, but we don't have time for every program that wants to be on KPFT to be on. And we think for 40 years, the prison show has been one of the most valuable, in my book, the most valuable show on KPFT for 40 and a half years now. So if you want that to keep on, this is why we do these little fund drive things. So I'll butt out of that now. Thank you for bringing that up, David. But it's coming right up. So, and you can do it now. You can do it now.
Pam pointed out that tomorrow's Giving Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
tomorrow's a good day to be calling up KPFT. There's plenty of things out on Facebook. Hank's got one out on his Facebook.
Yeah.
I've seen them all the time where you can donate through Facebook to KPFT.
It took me over 2 years to get them to finally sign up where we could get those. And now it's one of the big fundraising things that we have for KPFT. So
I got a thing the other day that said that I've raised over $2,000 for KPFT.
Yeah, see?
Through Facebook.
That's not bad, is it?
Good way to do it.
Yeah. So, sorry about that. My phone's ringing.
All right.
At any rate, folks, actually the one I've got right now, I started with a 250 goal and I was able to bump it to 350 and I'm almost there now. So I'm going to bump it again if it goes up. So I got one on Facebook. People, hit that hot thing up. All right. Now, we're ready to move to Daniel Minisini, who I have allowed 3 minutes left.
Oh, no. I'm going to take 10 full minutes tonight.
Oh.
8 + 2, 10. So,
I'm mute
Yeah,
too.
but you and me are -2, so 8.
Help us before it is too late. This is the title of an article about immigrants that are ICE detainees, and it was written in El Paso Matters and then translated a couple of days later by Border Hub. And so I'm going to read you parts of this so that you can experience some of the things going on at ICE where the immigrants are by first hand. Y así voy a pasar ahora al español y voy a hablar en español de este artículo que ha escrito René Kladzik. So article written by René Kladzik, just to give the right a source of information. Y así empieza el artículo diciendo: tengo miedo por mí, nos tratan como perros, no me siento segura aquí. Son las cartas que escriben al Centro de Detención de Servicios de Inmigración y Control de Aduanas, se llama ICE, como sabéis. Esto está en El Paso. Y todas las cartas son abiertas, se pueden leer, están en internet, se envían al mundo en general, escritas a mano, con la esperanza de encontrar a alguien que se preocupe por lo que ocurre donde se encuentran estas personas. También terminan de manera muy similar las cartas, empiezan a quien corresponda y terminan: me temo que voy a morir aquí. Los autores de estas cartas alegan que sus vidas están en juego y exigen responsabilidad por el implacable brote de coronavirus dentro de las instalaciones de ICE. No somos criminales, escribió Sandra, una mujer mexicana de 50 años con problemas crónicos de salud. Ya ha tenido el COVID una vez y teme volver a tenerlo. Por favor, que alguien tome la iniciativa y ayúdenos antes de que sea demasiado tarde. Es lo que escribe en la carta. El Paso Matters generalmente no identifica los nombres completos de los solicitantes de asilo y otras personas detenidas por el ICE para protegerlos de posibles represalias. De los autores de las 17 cartas recibidas hasta ahora por El Paso Matters y traducidas por Border Hub, solo uno de ellos dijo que no se ha contagiado por COVID. Todos los demás aseguran que se han contagiado luego de ser detenidos por ICE, y muchos expresaron temor de contagiarse por segunda vez. Hasta el domingo, ICE en El Paso reporta 40 casos activos de COVID entre los detenidos y 293 casos en total desde el comienzo de la pandemia. Un juez federal ordenó a ICE que considerara la liberación de todos los inmigrantes detenidos que corren un mayor riesgo de complicaciones por el COVID en un fallo emitido en abril, donde señaló que la dependencia había mostrado indiferencia médica en su manejo de los primeros meses de la pandemia. Lisbeth es una mujer cubana actualmente detenida en las instalaciones del Paso. Explicó cómo el grupo de detenidos decidió lanzar una campaña de envío de cartas. Dijo: todos nos juntamos porque todos estamos en la misma situación, todos hemos sido descuidados e ignorados. Lisbeth y otra detenida, que se llama Ariana, también habían intentado hacer una huelga de hambre para protestar por esas condiciones dentro de las instalaciones, pero dijeron que se detuvieron después de ser amenazadas por las guardias. Nos dijeron que no importara lo que hagas, no vas a recibir la atención que estás pidiendo, y amenazaron con deportarnos y aislarnos. Eso es lo que dijo Lisbeth. Marisol Castro, abogada del personal de servicios diocesanos para migrantes y refugiados, que representa a los detenidos en ICE, dijo que tanto el intento de huelga de hambre como la campaña de envío de cartas tienen como objetivo llamar la atención sobre la terrible situación dentro de las instalaciones. Es una forma de que expresen su desesperación, dijo Castro. Están muy indefensos, no los escuchan, los guardias no les prestan atención, están siendo descuidados médicamente y todos tienen miedo. Un estudio reciente encontró que entre abril y agosto la tasa de casos COVID fue 13 veces mayor entre los detenidos de ICE que entre la población general de Estados Unidos. Estas tasas son mucho más altas que en las cárceles federales y estatales de Estados Unidos, que fueron, en vez de 13, fueron 5 veces más altas. que las registradas en la población general. En las cartas enviadas por las mujeres en las instalaciones ICE del Paso, las quejas son comunes. Que los guardias traen COVID a la instalación, que detenidos dieron positivos por no ser puestos en cuarentena durante el tiempo suficiente, que los guardias trabajan con síntomas obvios de COVID y sin equipo de protección personal. Además, falta de higiene en la instalación del centro, falta de distanciamiento social y negligencia médica extrema. Los detenidos describieron situaciones de angustia médica grave y urgente que fueron ignoradas por los guardias. En una entrevista telefónica con el Paso Matters, Lisbeth, la mujer de la que hablaba, recordó una situación en la que una detenida enferma en su cuartel estaba luchando por respirar y le preguntó al guardia si podía ver un médico. El guardia dijo que tendría que esperar para registrarse a la mañana siguiente para concertar una cita. Se desconoce cuántos guardias en el centro de detención del Paso han contraído COVID durante la pandemia. Eso no se sabe. ICE no incluye a los trabajadores contratados en los recuentos de casos de COVID de sus empleados. Y hay casi 600 empleados contratados en las instalaciones ICE del Paso. La empresa contratada, Global Precision Systems, no ha respondido a las reiteradas solicitudes del número total y actual de casos COVID entre el personal. En un comunicado, esta empresa, GPS, dijo que las acusaciones hechas en las cartas son categóricamente falsas. Los empleados de GPS cumplen con los más altos estándares profesionales y cualquier denuncia de mala conducta que se toma en serio investigativa. Bueno, varias son las voces que, como os estoy contando, intentan denunciar qué es lo que pasa. La misma autora de este artículo dice que se escribe para denunciar el caso y las mismas personas dentro de ICE que han escrito las cartas lo que quieren es que se denuncie el caso. With this, I want to conclude the article, but I will leave it here like floating in the air because this case of this article that I read is about denouncing the cases of COVID that are going on also in the ICE facilities. And as I read, and I translate only one sentence here in English, is that they are 13 times higher, the COVID cases within this facilities, ICE, than in the population of United States. In the prisons, the federal prisons, in the state prisons, in average, is 5 times higher. Instead, in ICE facilities, 13 times. But that is all. Thank you, everybody. This is Daniel. Muy buenas noches a todos.
It's time to go ahead and go with the callers. And the first up I see is Diana. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Oh,
There you go.
I got it now. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I was trying to, I couldn't even use the chat right. But thank you, Hank. Thank you, everybody. Wow. I'm so glad. I'm so happy to see everybody. So it's a shout out from my son, Johnny, over at the Polensky unit. I'm so glad we got to talk, and I hope that you can hear the radio on Friday so they can hear the show. And I hope that you can call me tomorrow. I love you very much. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I can't wait to see you, give you a big old hug whenever that time comes. Please stay safe. I also want to send a shout out to Robert Wyatt, Polensky, and all the Kingdom Brawlers. And just everybody at the Polensky unit, anybody who can hear us on any of the TDC units. I just want to say y'all to please stay vigilant. Please continue to take care of yourself. Please be safe. Do all you can to be safe.
You're muted again. Oh, there you
Sorry. So that we can get to the other side of this. So y'all, please just stay very vigilant on self-care with what's going on with COVID. Mijo, I love you so much. Please call me tomorrow if you can. I hope that they do come around and do some more testing at the unit. I don't know if that's going to happen, but hopefully they do. and just y'all stay safe. I love you, and I hope to talk to you tomorrow, Mijo. I love you. Something's going on with my computer.
All right. Well,
Thank
thank
you,
you
Hank.
so much. It's good to see your smiling face.
Oh, thank you. Glad to be here. Good to see everybody.
We're glad to see you. Okay, we're ready for Crash's recorded call now.
I want to give a shout out to all my brothers over there on Darrington Unit. What's up, C-Line? Shout out to my brother Walmart. Hope you're keeping your head up, homeboy. I got a hold of Megan. She's on top of everything that you asked me. Went to Walmart for Black Friday. Buy one TV, take them all, homeboy. I was thinking about you. Shout out to my brother Dusty. I know 2020 has been a hard year for you, homeboy, but keep your head up. The new year's is right around the corner, homeboy. Better beginning. You got to keep shining, homeboy, you dig? Shout out to Brandon, a.k.a. B9. What's up, brother? Hope all is well. Sorry to hear about they got your banana hammock. JR sends his love and respects as well. Just know we all miss you out here, homeboy. Much love and respect. Tong lives. Shout out to that old rifleman. Keep your head up, homeboy. Love and respects. Shout out to that boy Chamaco. Much love and respect, homeboy. Shout out to that boy Plex. Love you, homeboy. Shout out to that boy Hoss. Hope everybody's doing all right.
That's it. Okay. Gwen, we're ready for your call. Got to unmute. Hello, Gwen. There you go.
I'm here. How are y'all?
Like $1 million every day.
That's great. This is for Jason at the Darrington Unit. Hi, honey. Yes, it's me, I promise. I thought I could go to Oklahoma and not bring back allergies, but I always hope for that, and it never fails that I get them and bring them home. But I'll feel better in a day or so. Just have to get enough Texas air back inside of me. Other than that, everyone is good. I talked to your mom last night when we got home, and she was good. She said she was off of work today. I wonder what she found to do, but I'm sure she found something. As soon as these allergies pass, I'm back to the gym. Baby, I'm sorry this is not the shout out you wait for. Trust me, I wish it was more like normal. I just wanted to call in and tell you that I miss you so much, and I'm sending you hugs and kisses. Okay, maybe not so much tonight. But when we were gone, I was asked over and over, why don't you move back? You should move back and find a job here. I kept saying, there's no way. I'm allergic to you. Okay, I'm going to go before I start sneezing again. I might not be sending you hugs and kisses, but I'm definitely sending you tons of love and prayers. I love you and good night. Sweet dreams every night until you're home. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We're ready to go with Miss Diana's recorded call.
Yeah, we're doing it with the Daddy Coco. I love you, Daddy. Hey, Marquesitos. Hi, this shout out is for my husband Preston at the Win Unit. Honey, I was just calling to let you know that I love and I miss you. I was finally able to get Vita to say something today. Sorry about last week, we didn't call, but you know, it's hard for us to get her to say anything, but I hope you're having a good day. And you know, honey, I was thinking about what you were telling me this morning, and that reminded me of Sandra and Tinkerbell, but I thought that was just funny. But I love you, and I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see. I guess I'm ready for Lavina. Lavina, you got in there and got queued up just in time.
Hey, everybody. I want to give a shout out to the prison show. I really, really appreciate y'all. You give so much information to those on the inside. Like, this stuff doesn't come on the local news they share. So thank y'all so much. If y'all could donate anything, any amount, no amount is too small, what I say about giving stuff. So I think it's a great organization to donate to. So, and I often give here and there myself. So anyways, I want to shout out to my soon-to-be husband, Jeffrey Perkins, on the high tower unit now in P-Wing. So I'm glad that you're adjusted to your new unit and you are closer to home. Actually, you're right up the street. You're already close, but you're even closer. So there's just, you know, God's confirmation that you're on the way. So congratulations on your S2. I appreciate you sacrificing, staying out of trouble and all that good stuff just so you can get home faster. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep wearing your mask and all of that. I love you so much. I pray for you every day. And just know that you're always in my heart and my prayers. And we're going to ride this out together. I love you to life, sweetheart. Mm.
All right. Thank you. And we're ready for Miss Francis's call.
This is for my husband, Chris. Hey, baby, I love you and miss you. That never changes. That is a constant thing. And, you know, patience is not one of my virtues, but I'm trying my best to just keep my calm and keep my temper under control and just ride out the hard part of the storm till we get to the better parts that are ahead of us. And you know, I'm always by your side. I'm right there with you. And we just have to get through this. Keep your head up, sweetheart. Better times are coming. And Poncho, you guys hang in there. Keep your heads up. We're always going to be fighting for y'all and not ever going to forget about what goes on back in there. And don't think that we will. I will still be fighting for y'all. So, Chris, I love you, sweetheart. I miss you. Can hardly wait to hear from you again. And of course, visitation is just a dream in the future, but that too will happen. So, again, patience. I love you, sweetheart. Bye.
Rosalinda, it's your turn. You're on mute. Oh, there you go.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Well, everybody's doing pretty good, I think.
Well, I'm glad. Well, this shout out is to my brother, Paul David Romero. He's in Ferguson unit. Hey, me home. Hope you're doing good. I've already got my phone fixed, so you can be able to get me some calls whenever you get a chance. I heard you're on lockdown for a week or two or something like that. So besides that, well, keep your head up. I know we weren't able to get done what we thought we were. You know, we're close, but, you know, maybe pretty soon. Hopefully you'll come home. But besides that, everything else is good here. It's snowing here in Knoxville, so pretty good. The kids were all excited and everything. So they're having a 2-hour delay for school tomorrow. But everything else is good. I wish, you know, I'll try to take pictures later on and send them to you, mijo. But, you know, everything else is good. I was a little bit worried about his shoes. He had to get off work till like 6 or 7 o'clock, something like that. So he had to drove like that. It was a little bit ugly, he said. But he made it home safe. Everything's good. Besides that, mijo, well, there's not really much to say today. I'm a little bit exhausted. I had a long day today, put it that way. So, but besides that, everything else is good. Like I said, it's snowing here. I talked to Marty today. She's doing pretty good. The kids told me to tell you hi. I love you. Keep your head up. Don't do anything crazy because I'll go over there, and if I have to get in the jail and beat your butt, I will. So you behave, be good. You know, they'll give me permission just to get in there just to beat you up. But anyways, I love you. You be good. You behave. I love you. Hopefully, you know, my little comments make you laugh a little bit. I love you, mijo. I miss you. Hope to hear from you soon.
Well,
Thank you, guys.
All you people that live up there in Canada with all that snow need to move south.
Right?
Dead gum. All right.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right. You too. Have a great week.
You too.
Miss Hannah, we're ready for your call.
Hi, this message is for Rudy Madrano at Polanski. Hey, my oldie, hope you're doing well. So it's Monday 30th, 6 p.m. here. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving day last week and that you were happy and healthy. All okay over here. I'm good, tired. I feel about 90. Work has been ridiculously busy, so chances are I probably look like I'm 92 right now. Another double shift today, so I'm due back there in a couple of hours. What else? I've had the heads up that it's highly likely I'll need to alter my flights for a third time. So I'm currently checking out May time for your birthday, but we'll let you know and write and figure something out with you. Nothing much to tell really. There was around $20 left on your e-com the other day, so I used that up and bought you a few little bits and pieces. That was on Saturday morning, so that stuff should be with you soon, hopefully. Helen is going to be sending me the Christmas money for you in the next fortnight, I believe. So I will transfer that straight to your account once she does and let you know when it's done. Hoping all the snail mail has turned up by now and provided some smiles and laughter. Day off tomorrow for me, and I will be catching up on your mail. I still have one letter here to reply to, so that's part of tomorrow's plan. I do have to go into work for a staff meeting for a few hours in the evening, which kind of ruins what should be a free evening. But lockdown is still ongoing here until Wednesday this week, so I guess I would only be sat in front of the TV anyway. The gym will be open again from Wednesday, thank God, so that will start occupying a little bit of free time again. That's kind of it really. I guess I will say bye for now and hope to hear from you in the week. Stay well and positive, and just know that you are super important and missed, and I cannot wait to be able to see you. But have a great week and weekend, and I will catch you soon. Okay, take care. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you. Mike Lewis, you want to do your shout outs real quick?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm reminding everybody tomorrow's the silent campaign, and Sacrificial Lamb always puts on his Sherlock Holmes hat and always goes shh, 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 where I'm trying to get pledges going for the station. Now, here's some shout outs for the guys of Texas: Dennis Hope, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Guy Alexander. Shout out for Michelle Bateman, Manuel Marino, Michael Marino, Haas, Kay Money, Yovan, Philip Perez, Philip in Dallas. Tosser wants me to do a shout out for Payday, Oz, Thomas, Matt, Edward Reeves, shout out for you, Adam Wilkerson, Barry Barrett, and now here's some more shout outs. Stephen M. McGee. Okay, Zachary Waller, Anthony Horn, Mr. Hawkins, Gwen Gordon, Kelvin Rivers. Special shout out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better since your surgery. Shout out to Christopher Dye, KD Keble, Robert Satillo. Okay, shout out to Robert L. Allen. John R. Green, Joseph Johnson Jr., Wayman Spriggs, Juan Lopez, Ernest J. Matthews, Alexander Medina, Thomas Ramirez, Raymond Lee Cart, and another shout out for Fred D. La Raza. And now back to the Sacrificial Lamb, who's always shushing during the quiet campaign.
Hey, Mike, I just noticed about a dozen of those are people that are more likely to be at the Players Ball than they are to be in TDCJ.
Well, after they go to the Players Ball, they'll probably go back to TDCJ.
Well, that's a possibility, but, until such time, right?
Well, when they do the nipping during the holidays, who knows the way they're doing things now. But remember to tell everybody to start their pledges tomorrow at kpft.org. Hit the red donate button and all the awesome pledge gifts they can get.
Okay, thank you. We're ready to go with Miss Caitlin's call now.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Plumsky. Hey, Boo, how are you? I hope that you're in good health, spirits, staying safe, positive and smiling your amazing smile. Today is Sunday, November 29th, and I'm just fixing up to listen to our radio show, which will be on in a couple of minutes. It's hard to believe that it's November 29th already, so December 1st is just around the corner, or should I say it's Jumanji level 12. So I want you to know that I'm thinking of you. I know the numbers are going up in relation to the virus everywhere again, but please stay positive, stay safe, and do everything that you are doing already. And know that we all are going to get through this and everything will be okay. My mom is here and she is saying hello to you. She wants you to know that she's asking for you and she wants you to stay safe. Thank you so much for your letters I received this week. As usual, they put a huge smile on my face hearing from you. So please, please, please stay safe. Good night, sweet dreams, and know that you're my heart, thoughts, and prayers each and every day. And I'm so grateful that you're in my life. And to everybody in the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
Well, thank you. Pam Parkman from Empowered Women of Purpose.
Yes, Hank, I'm thrilled to do a shout out to the ladies in Lockhart. I'm so excited to say hello to them in 4 Delta and 2 Charlie, and to say thank you to Karen, Mia, and Eureka, who are our peer educators and doing a fabulous job while they're in lockdown and when we can't come into the unit. So shout out to all those great women.
We're aware that they can't hear us directly when we broadcast, but you know the grapevine works pretty darn good.
That's right. As it is. Yeah. Thanks,
All right.
Hank.
Thank you. Okay.
You know,
now
the
let
ladies
me-
down in Dickinson can hear us.
Pardon me?
Down at the ladies on the Young Medical Facility.
Oh,
can
that's
hear us.
true. Yeah, so that there's women going back and forth from time to time, so they can carry the message. Excellent.
And
Yeah.
we do have a plan to get broader horizons. It's just we have to execute that plan.
And it's, as with everything, it takes a lot of time and work. Okay, we're ready for Miss Lydia's call.
Good morning, the shower is Roberto. Hola, mijo. It's Monday the 30th at 11 a.m. and I'm here at home. I'm going to go and drop off this snail mail I have for you with some pictures and a letter. Pictures of Eaton's fish. It's a pretty good sized fish that he caught about, I think it was 2 weeks ago or last week. We're down to 57 degrees this morning. It's somewhat cold, but I saw that it had poured out your ways probably most of the weekend. It was a pretty good sized storm. Vanessa made it home safe. Tia Early was up in Austin a few days this week. Tia Janie told me that Edward was having surgery on his hand. I don't know why, but I don't know the details. I received a nice letter from Big Lou. It was nice to hear from him. I received your beautiful Thanksgiving card. Thank you very much, mijo. And I bought you some more goodies this morning. They had the roast beef tips available, so I bought some of those. They did not have the summer sausage available. I left a few bucks out there to see if maybe they put it out later on during the month. And we are all fine. Bingo is doing better. So we're all good, mijo. Don't worry about us, okay? And I am going to try and get the flu shot too this coming week or here soon also. My saludos to the guys, you know who you are, and thanks to everyone that makes this possible. Thank you. Bye. I love you, mijo.
Okay, Susie J., it's your turn.
Hey, y'all.
Thank you so much, The Prison Show, for everything that you do. I heard about your show from my friend Rasheen in Pulaski Unit, who I'm giving a big shout out to, and wanted to let you know that my mom and I have been thinking about you over this holiday and imagining a future Thanksgiving when maybe we can all spend it together. I hung out with my housemates, really low key. And what I wanted to do on this shout out is play you a little bit of trumpet. I'm sitting here in my room and I have my horn out, and we've been writing letters back and forth to each other for about 3 years, and I've described many times the band that I play with and the music that I practice, and I thought it would be cool to just dedicate a little Thelonious Monk tune to you and everybody who's listening inside. I missed the low note there, but you're really in the practice room. That's what happens in the practice room. So much love, Rasheen. One love, as you always say, and I'll talk to you soon.
What kind of bands do you play in, Susie?
I play the trumpet in a funk, soul, R&B band.
And where are you located?
I'm located in central New Jersey.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I hear a lot of stuff because we're close to New Orleans, and we've got a lot of funk bands over here, jazz bands, and jam bands.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you.
If you send some music to david@theprisionshow.net, I can use them for break songs.
There you
Oh,
go.
cool. Right on. I sure will. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. We're ready for Peter's call.
This is a shout out from Peter in New York to Eugene, Will, and Obi at the Pulaski unit, and to all the other guys at Pulaski. We had a very nice Thanksgiving, and we stayed close to home. I hope you had something special on your tray for Thanksgiving. We're staying very close to home now because of COVID, which seems to be getting worse and worse in our area. Today, it's been raining like crazy with very high winds, and we're hoping not to lose electricity, which we have been doing quite a lot, and it's no fun at all. These days, I've been working in my studio a lot because I have 3 paintings I'm trying to finish for a deadline on December 11th. Meredith is staying with us now, and so now we have 3 dogs, which is a challenge because Cosmo doesn't get along with Meredith's dog, Levi, but they seem to be handling it okay. It means that we take them out and bring them back in quite a lot, though. We spend a lot of time doing that. Sean and I want you to know that we're thinking of you, and we miss you a lot, and we want you to know that we love you.
Okay, I guess that's that. Donzie, we're ready for your call.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
All right, this message is for Sean Shugart in the WIN unit. And I also want to say a big hello to all the guys on B2 3-row on WIN to keep your heads up and stay strong and know that you're not forgotten and that you're all loved and missed, and know that you have people on the outside fighting for your cause and will never give up on you. So don't give up on yourself. When you guys go to prison, we all go to prison. We hurt just as bad as you do. So you're not alone, even though it may feel like that sometimes. So keep the faith and know that you are always in our hearts and prayers, and that someone on the outside is missing you right now. Okay, Sean, I just received a bunch of letters, and on the average, it's taken about 9 days to get to me. So I'm sure our letters are crossing in the mail. And even with JPay, it seems to be taking forever to get to you. But hopefully we'll get everything straightened out and caught up when we have our visit. It's been really crazy here with this weather in Buffalo. It's been raining here for the last few days, and it's really cold.
And we just got our first weather storm warning tonight, so it's supposed to turn to snow. And I'm pretty happy for that because I need snow to make it feel like Christmas. And I can't believe it's almost here and I didn't even shop yet. I just been keeping my happy ass at home with my fur babies and doing the jackets and the t-shirts or whatever people are asking for. The COVID's been really bad here too. We're in the orange zone and we'll probably be in red tomorrow, they're saying. So everything's pretty much locked down as it is. And people are going crazy in the stores right now. Between the COVID and the storm warning, there's nothing left on the shelves. I talked to your mom and checking up on her, and she's okay. And I'll tell you more about that when we visit. But all right, that's it for now. Hugs and kisses, and I can't wait to see that gorgeous smile of yours at visit. So I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're ready for Miss Tiffany's call.
Hello, this is Tiffany calling for Rodney Reed at the Polensky unit. Hey Rodney, I hope you're doing well, and just wanting you to know that my family and I are thinking about you, and we hope you had a very happy Thanksgiving and that you are feeling strong and staying healthy and all of that good stuff. And thank you everybody at KPFT for hosting this show each week. We really appreciate it. Thank you and good night.
Thank you. Jessica, we're ready for your call.
Hello.
Hello.
This message is for my husband, Robert Ramos at Darrington. But first, I would like to thank you all at the Prison Show for making these calls possible. It's been 37 long days since my husband and I have spoken on the phone, but it comforts me knowing he can at least hear my voice. Well, baby, I know you're listening, and I'm just dropping in to tell you I love you and I miss you like crazy. My suegra and Gomez say hi and that they miss and love you too. Baby, I got your anniversary card. Thank you. I love it. The kiddos love and miss you too. And my mom says hi. Babe, just know that I have faith that you'll be home soon. Hang in there, baby. Well, baby, I love you so, so, so much. Always and forever. Hope you have a good night, baby. Love you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judy. Judy, we're ready for your call.
Good evening, everybody. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody's staying safe. I am calling to shout out to Rodney Reed. Hey, R. I love you and miss you. I have batch number 64 going right now, and as of today, it's 64 single pages. So I'm hoping for 100 pages by Thursday when I send it priority mail. I mailed the last one priority on Saturday, and it's supposed to arrive tomorrow at Polensky. I will track it and make sure I know when it arrives, and I'll send you that information in a JPEG. Back to work, and let me say, I would make a really great retired person. I would love to be able to stay home. Last week was fabulous. I know your mom's birthday is on the 2nd, and I'll be sure to call and wish her a happy birthday. I was able to order and ship Avery's Christmas present this morning. She will get it in plenty of time for Christmas. I'm still waiting on guidance from the others, but we'll order their gifts as soon as I know what to get. Mom's still having a hard time and in quite a bit of pain. Her nurse was here today. I'm just going to continue to take it one day at a time. And I'm going to send Jane an email with messages for Friday. You will have already gotten those messages before you hear this, but just keeping you in the loop. I'm hanging in there, doing all right, just trying to stay present and not let my thoughts get ahead of me. I'm missing you so bad. It was so good to hear your voice a couple of weeks ago. I really needed it. I continue to replay it in my head. Guess what? It's your birthday month. I can't believe December is already here. Just crazy. I have some ideas for your birthday this year, and I just pray that the parts I don't have control over come through. You will love it. That's pretty much all the updates. I just want you to know that I miss you and love you. Sending you lots of hugs and kisses. Stay strong. Keep the faith. Continue to hope and dream. Our dreams are alive and well. Thinking of you and praying for you. We got this. 560 and 626. Good night and sweet, sweet dreams. I love you, Rodney. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Marie, we're ready for your call.
Hey.
Hey.
This shout out is for my husband, Paul David at the Ferguson unit. Hey babe, espero que estés bien. We are all doing pretty good. So te quería decir que I hate que las cosas didn't turn out como quisiéramos, pero sabes que it's okay. God is good. Hay que no perder la fe. Know that I'm here and will always be here for you. I love you so much and I'm missing you like crazy. I know I won't be able to talk to you this week, but it's okay. Because I'm thankful que tuve esas llamadas contigo. Hopefully, pretty soon, habrá otra oportunidad para que nos puedas hablar de nuevo. Pero bueno, te me cuidas, babe, en Saranje. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Yolanda, we're ready for your call.
Yes, first I want to thank you guys for making this possible. I want to send a shout out to my brother, Orlando Hernandez. He's in Clements unit in ATSEG. And I just want to let him know that I finally found a way of sending him a message, and know that we're always thinking about you and praying. And I love you so much, and stay safe.
Thank you, Yolanda.
Thank you.
All right. Elsa, we're ready for your call.
Good evening, guys. This is going out to my one and only Juan Segura over in East Ham unit. Hey, babe, I hope you're doing well. Well, unfortunately, I didn't go to Odessa as I planned for Thanksgiving. I ended up staying here. I ended up picking up a second job, so I ended up working. Just want to let you know that I miss you very much and love you with every fiber of my being. I can't wait for you to come home. I think of you every single day that goes by. Just keep praying, have faith, hope, never lose hope, baby. I miss you very, very much, especially during the holidays. Can't wait for you to be here. Good night, and I love you very much. Sending a bunch of hugs and kisses, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. iPhone Claudia.
Hi, thank you. This message is for my husband, Gregorio Lozoya, the Pulaski. Hi, my love. How are you? I hope that everything is up. I hope that que todo esté bien contigo. I'm pretty good. I remember always. I love you too much. I send you I love kisses. Okay, mi amor. Take care and God bless you.
Okay, thank you. All right, now we're going to the numbers that are just phone numbers. 9874, you're up first. Yo.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing this evening?
I'm like $1 million every day.
That's a good deal. I do a shout out to my son Wes there in Pulaski. Let you know that I am feeling better, son. Don't worry about me. Doctor got me through this spot, so we still got one more spot to go through. So don't worry about it. But everything's fine. Everybody seems to be doing fine out here. I got a picture of Eric in his uniform, so as soon as I get it made, I'll send it to you. Don't show his face, but he's in uniform. And just let you know that I love you. Stay prayed up and keep the faith. And let Miss Paula say a few things to you.
Hey, Sweet Wesley. Glad to hear you got you a new mattress. Hope you had some sweet dreams. Got your 2 letters today. Thank goodness we've been waiting on that. I hope you got all the pictures that we sent to you. I tried listening to your Chris Cornell I love it. I bought the song, so I love that song. And your dad, he is doing better. He's still got a cough that he can't quite seem to get rid of. The doctor gave him some cough syrup, and so he's just trying to get rid of that. It's going on 3 weeks now since this crud started with him. So but he had to get up at 3:45 this morning, go to work. So he's been hanging in here trying to get to say hi to you. So I guess he'll go to bed now. But everybody's doing okay. I lost one of my kitty cats this week. She was 13 years old. So it seems like I've kind of lost a few of my older cats here lately. You know, it was right on Thanksgiving Day. But anyway, we're doing okay. Missing you. And gosh, I can't wait till we get to see you again. But love you, and you take care. Think about you every day. And thank you guys, and y'all have a good evening. And God bless you.
Well, thank you. 5811, we're ready for your call. Go ahead, we can hear you. Well, now I don't know what happened to them. Here, let me change my screen again.
They dropped off.
Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so 5811, call back and get back on the queue here and we'll get to you. Let me see, 0687.
Bueno.
Bueno.
Hola, buenas noches, Mr. Hank.
Buenas noches.
Saludos.
Saludos.
Este saludo, sí, gracias. Este saludo es para mi hijo Jan Ramírez. Hola, hijo. Aquí como siempre deseando este día para poder mandarte muchos saludos, besos y abrazos y decirte cuánto te queremos, hijo. Siempre estamos orando por ti, pensando en ti, hijo. Siempre estás en nuestras oraciones. No te preocupes por nada, tu hijo está bien. Tú nomás allá cuídate mucho, échale ganas, no pierdas tu fe, sigue adelante. Ya sabes que el Señor está contigo, tú no desconfíes, Él tiene todo preparado para ti, hijo. Así que saludos, hijo, besos y abrazos, cuídese mucho, nosotros estamos bien aquí, gracias a Dios, nos estamos cuidando, ¿verdad? Tú también cuídate mucho allí, hijo. Tu hijo también está cuidado allí con Becky. Becky lo cuida bien, no los deja salir, los tiene cerraditos. Así que cuídate mucho, hijo. Y es verdad, y te mando muchos besos y abrazos. Salúdame a los muchachos, a Félix y a Edgardo. ¿Verdad? Mándales también un abrazo. Dile que les echen ganas, que Dios me los bendiga, me los cuide. Sergio está bien, todos estamos bien, gracias a Dios. Todos estamos bien, hijo. Hasta pronto, mi niño hermoso. Te quiero mucho. Cuídate. Dios te bendiga. No pierdas tu fe. Gracias por el programa, Mr. Hank. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Gracias.
Buenas noches. Dios lo bendiga.
6657. And
Hello?
folks, yeah, go right ahead.
This is Julie from Georgia. Do a shout out to my nephew Wesley. Just want you to know that we're doing good. We had a pretty good Christmas, Thanksgiving. Your Uncle Ronnie gave us another scare once again, but he's got pneumonia again. They sent him home, and he's doing good. But other than that, we're fine and doing, like I said, really good. Thanks to God. I want you to know that we're thinking of you every single day. Prayers, and hope that you had as good of a Thanksgiving as you possibly could. I wished I could have sent you a card like I usually do on holidays, but you know. But God bless you. Keep you safe until next week, and I'll call you back again. And I love you, baby. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay. Heather, we're ready for your call. Heather? Says Heather's iPhone. You got to unmute. Okay, we'll come back to you. 6362. 6362. Well, I don't know if folks are falling asleep or what. Let's move on to the next
Hello?
one. Oh, okay. There you go.
Hello?
Yeah.
I muted myself. I don't know. Thank you so much, first of all. And I'm calling to give out a shout out, shout out for Isidro de la Cruz. He's in the Polanski unit. Just wanted to let you know that we're praying for you and your lawyers to help you out. And also wanted to let you know that I immediately sent the books as soon as I received the book that you wanted. So I'm sure that you probably already received them. And Nathan did come by, but he had to go back right away because we had a little COVID scare here in the home. So we didn't want to, we had to change our plans. And nobody came for Thanksgiving because of that. We didn't want to put anybody at risk. And Alex came to pick him up, or halfway met to pick him up and take him back home for Thanksgiving. I did get a picture of him and AJ because they just got back from North Carolina. I took a picture of them, and Alex sent me some pictures of him on Thanksgiving Day. So I will be mailing you some pictures for Wednesday. And let's see. And that is all I have to say. Just praying for you. Please stay safe. And of course, I wanted to thank you all very much. And if you do have a chance to give the phone number for the to give a donation, because I lost my email last time and I wasn't able to send anything. So thank you so much.
I will. Well, let me see. I can't message you, can I? Okay. All right. So let me give you the number now, and for everybody out there, write this down. The number to donate to KPFT is 713-526. 5738. You can make a pledge in any amount. Just be sure they know it's for the prison show. Thank you.
5738?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. Okay. Let me go back to Heather's iPhone here. Heather, can you? Yeah, there you are.
You hear me now? Okay,
Yep.
great. Hi, this is my first time to call in. A little nervous.
Yay.
Yay. Thanks for all you guys are doing, first of all, and I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving week. I'm calling from Lake Jackson, Texas, doing a shout out to all the guys at Darrington Unit, specifically my son, who's in ADSEG, A-Line, Sean Williams. I miss you and I love you. And I did get your letter today with your handmade envelope, so the mail's running okay on that end. And I hope you're staying warm. We're getting a cold front this week, and I know you hate the cold, but you're going to be okay. You'll be fine. I know you're hearing a lot about COVID, and we're still seeing a lot of COVID down here, but the virus is weakening. People aren't as sick as they were early on in the beginning of the phase, so don't give up. I think we're going to be fine on that. I love you, and stay strong and keep the faith. I want to do a shout out to his friend, my friend, Benton Morgan, who's also on A-Line. Happy birthday, buddy, and I hope you had a great day. Lastly, I want to shout out to Richard Glossop and Rodney Reed, and for other incarcerated individuals who are wrongly incarcerated. Stay strong. There are people out here pulling for you, that are praying for you, and to keep the faith and never give up. I hope you guys all have a good night. Stay warm and know that we all love you. Good night, son. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, and thank you for being a first-time caller. You know, you can call and do this every Monday night until we get off the pandemic. Then it'll go back to Friday nights. So we appreciate it.
I'm excited about it. So now that I kind of know how to do it, you'll be hearing from me again.
There we go. Thank you.
All right. Hang in there. Bye.
Bye-bye. 5811. 5811. Hey, now.
Now can you hear me? My phone
Yes.
died.
Yes, I can.
This shout out is for Isidro. Hi, mijo. I just want to tell you that I love you and I miss you. It was good to hear your voice on the 18th. That was mine and Dad's first anniversary. And so that was very nice. I received your letters that was dated for the 9th of November. And I also received another one. So I have two for too that were sent to me. The mail lady, they've been coming really late, I guess from all the counting and stuff that they have to do for the, I guess, the present recount of his election. But anyway, I just want to tell you that I love you and I miss you. Dad went to work. His boss got sick with the COVID. But other than that, Dad's staying safe, and so am I. He went to go and see your brother at his Thanksgiving dinner. I stayed home so I could stay safe because I can't afford to get sick. But because you know me, once I get sick, it just doesn't want to go away. But I love you, and I'll be sending you some of the stuff that you asked for, so not to worry. But you stay safe in there, and we love you very, very much, and hope to see you soon. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Well, that kind of rounds up our calls. It gives us a few extra minutes this evening. I've got a couple of things I wanted to bring up, and one was the scam texts and calls. Guys, some of you are inmates for a good reason. And, you know, scamming in families of people that are in the same boat as you are is not very cool. It's not what good people do. And the whole idea behind sending you to prison in the first place is trying to catch you up, hold you up for a minute, and make you start thinking about the mistakes you've made and stop being that way. Now, I know that's not going to happen with everybody. Some of you think you're, you know, till the wheels fall off, dyed-in-the-wool convicts, but there's very few of you out there that are really that. And, you know, mostly it's just hustling, trying to get ahead on the expense of others, just like what got you in trouble in the first place for the most part. The second issue is that I have gotten complaints for inmates at the Ferguson unit having no mattresses for a month. I know of 3 guys that got, they got there the same day. And as of 2 days ago, they still did not have mattresses. And that's after a month on the unit. Now that's ridiculous. You know, TDCJ folks, if you're out there listening, do something about it. Jesus. Another thing is we're still getting complaints about forms not being available on the units for grievances and medical and stuff. Look, there's no excuse for that. It's not like nobody in your whole prison unit knows how to operate a copier. Somebody get off their duff and go down there and get it done. There's no reason to tear up those things when families try and send them in either, because if you're not providing them, somebody needs to. And things like this are why there's a grievance process and why they have these forms. So, you know, have the decency to make these forms available. Another thing, staff and inmates are not taking precautions, and we get this complaint across the board from a number of units. It's not 1 or 2 units, it's many units where staff is not taking proper precautions, and in too many cases, inmates are not taking precautions. Another thing is they stopped visiting all the way back in March, and they stopped the mail issue where they thought they would eliminate the drugs coming in through the mail at the first of the year. So the 2 things that TDCJ was claiming were the main sources of drugs in prison units have been eliminated. Yet I'm getting complaints about the drug situation getting worse. Guess who that leaves as the source of those drugs? Employees, contractors and employees. Now, TDCJ, you need to get real about this and start looking at your own people, because they're not angels. All too many cases, all too many complaints, all too much evidence that your people are doing things that are wrong too, which makes them just as bad as a lot of the people locked up. So it's the other side of the fence, but the same sort of mentality in a lot of cases. That's a sad state of affairs. The other thing is that the medical stickers, as of this week, I've got them reported from Polunsky, the Michaels unit, Jester 3, and the Clemens unit, and also the Tilson unit. So there's at least 5 units that we know as of this last week, you know, up to today's show. There's at least 5 units still giving out these medical stickers rather than giving out medical care. So that's another reason the forms are not there, is because they don't want to deal with the medical requests. So there's nothing right with any of that. It makes TDCJ folks as bad, that and the drug thing. Good gravy, man. You're just as bad as the people you're there to watch. And there's my 2 cents worth on that. David, what do you got?
Well, I got a few shout outs I'd like to make. I'd like to shout out to John Sane. I'd like to shout out to Peter Sines. I got a letter from Daniel Adams, who I was on a Spirit Key with back whenever I first got out. And I remember him and his mom. And matter of fact, Daniel and I went out to eat over at CC's Pizza one time. And Daniel wrote me a letter. He heard me here on the prison show give out my address. And I wanted to make sure that I give out the address again, because this proves it's getting around.
It's working.
You guys, we're having a hard time getting the mail a lot of times down at KPFT. But you can write anybody at the prison show. I'll snap a picture of it and send it to them, or I'll mail it off like Hank does. Whatever we got to do to get somebody their mail. But send it to the prison show, care of David Collingsworth. I'm going to say it real slow so you guys go get your pencil or whatever. The prison show, care of David Collingsworth. My address is 4414 McLeister Drive, and that's hard to spell, but it's McLeester Drive in Spring, Texas, 77373. And I didn't listen to Daniel close enough to be able to do it in Spanish, but I bet Diana could probably do it for us in Spanish if she didn't mind unmuting.
Diana?
Can you do that in Spanish, Diana?
We're asking you.
Can you say it one more time?
It's 4414 McLeister Drive. And I know it's like M-S-A-C-L-A-A-S-T-E-R. Did I get it right?
MC.
C-L-E-E-S-T-E-R Drive, 77373.
Spring, Texas.
Spring, Texas.
77373 Spring, Texas. Okay. McLeister Drive.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And that's for in lieu of sending it, instead of sending it to the prison show.
Yeah, send it to me.
Okay, so I'm going to say it in Spanish. Si usted quiere escribir una carta a Prison Show, pueden mandar la carta a 4414. La calle es M, C, chica, C grande, L, E, S, T, E, R, y la calle es un D, R, con un punto, en Spring, Texas, S, P, R, I, N, J, Texas, T, E, X, A, S, y el zip code es 77373.
And it's okay if you write me in Spanish. I'll find an interpreter. If you need somebody to write, you go ahead and write out here, and we'll figure it out. We'll get it to Daniel or over to Diana or somebody. We'll get an interpreter.
Okay, y está bien si lo marcas en español tu carta, y yo o Daniel podemos ayudar con su carta.
So on top of that, I'd like to shout out to William Ray Jacobs, Rick Womack, and David J. Davis. Guys, we read your letters. Hank and I were talking about them earlier. We appreciate all your suggestions. We get the letter out to the medical. All the complaints that Hank keeps talking about, we'll keep on doing that. Keep writing us and letting us know what's going on. Sometimes you give us some really good advice, and sometimes it's like Hank said, you're just picking on somebody. But either which way we go, we read them and we talk about it. And sometimes we want to lace up, but at the other time, we listen to you. We hear it, so we appreciate you writing us. Even if it makes us want to lace up, we understand. We've been there and we've done that. So we really appreciate you writing us. We're almost out of time. We've got about 2 more minutes, Hank, but I can't reiterate, the COVID out here is really outrageous. And I read about the officer that got COVID and passed away, and TDC didn't even want to cover the cost of the funeral or anything. Guys, it's not worth it. I know it, you can't separate. You're in a cell. I get it. But you can wash and wash and wash. I was talking to my wife the other day whenever I went someplace. I put my hands in my pockets. I wasn't touching a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you do touch stuff, don't rub your face. Don't rub your eyes. Don't pick your nose. Wear that mask like Mike Lewis is over here doing. Mike Lewis is always wearing his mask. Wear a mask, keep your own mask, wash your own mask, try and stay as distant as you possibly can. If you and your cellie are in that cell and you want to talk, don't breathe each other's air. Somebody get down on one end of the bunk and the other guy get over on the commode or whatever you got to do to be able to get as far away from each other as you can.
You're a team in there, really.
You're dependent upon each other because you're so close together.
Yep.
So, you know, it's really good to hear Miss Pam talk about all the things that are going on in spite of COVID-19. So they're using peer educators. I was a peer educator. Ray used to teach peer education.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least they're still doing something. And I got a letter from, I guess it was Daniel Adams. He was telling me that there's only 2 dorms on the Ramsey that are locked down. Most everybody else is still out there doing whatever they got to do, which is good news. At least everybody's not on lockdown.
Yeah, I think there's 8, almost 9,000 that are on lockdown, but that's not bad out of 135,000, you know.
But I want to say thank you for all that you're doing, Hank. You're doing a good job. You know, you're doing your studies and you're doing your due diligence, and it really shows, and we appreciate that. I hate to say this, but it's 8:58 on a Monday night, so that means that it's time for Rebel Radio, and we got to skedaddle. So y'all have a good night, and thanks for tuning in.